of inspiring healthy living.
After facing family health challenges and seeing how natural solutions transformed our lives,
we are determined to help other mamas thrive, not just survive. What if feeling awesome every day is possible for you and your family?
Come along with us on our natural journey.
Hi, I'm Robyn.
And I'm Julie.
Welcome to our podcast, Helping Mamas Thrive.
Yay!
Number 17?
Yes.
What are we calling it?
A glimpse into
The Notebook.
The Notebook.
Right before every episode, we agree on the name. And I always ask Julie, I always forget.
And I
should write it
get
down.
it wrong, but that time it was
we should
30 seconds ago, literally.
I'm going to write it down so that when you put it in the notes.
Oh yes, we won't be like we have to watch the video
that?
again. By the way, do you watch our podcast? Like go back and like
Sometime.
before I
Do you?
I don't either. No,
Oh.
I mean when I'm editing it, I look at the beginning and the end, but not in the middle.
I've watched some of them because they're funny. I usually watch our videos and I'm pretty entertained by ourselves. I think we're so awesome. So hopefully the 10 people that are listening to this think so too.
Agree.
I'm kidding about the 10. We actually have 66 followers on our Facebook page.
Whoop!
I don't know how many followers we have on the podcast. You're kind of in charge of that. So can you find that out?
I can find that number.
I'd like to know. If you are a regular follower, thank you.
Yes. Make sure you're subscribed.
We are on Apple Podcasts, but also on YouTube, so you can see our funny expressions. And also our slovenly houses. Like, we were watching the one from last week, and I'm sorry that my bathroom door was open and there's like a bunch of stuff everywhere. But again, like, we're just trying to make it work.
Right. We're just two mamas that are like, seriously, we have to get out there and we have to spread the word about wellness, help people out. It's not going to be all buttoned up and like whatever. But
no, my house is not the best. I mean, it doesn't have dirt, but it's messy.
Right. We just, sometimes you have to close the door. But on our intro, it's just funny because we recorded it. We didn't even pay attention to the background. We're just like, hi!
That's usually you. You're like the set designer. But yeah, so if we record things on like my counter, you can see right into the bedroom.
Yeah. It's all good.
Sorry.
We'll reshoot that when we're in a studio. Day. Yeah. And we have
one. There's a really good Jewish song about one day. It makes me cry.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, I just got shivers about it. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Okay. So today, when I was asking Julie what should we talk about, she's like, let's talk about your notebook.
Yes. Can I just recreate what happens with the notebook? Okay. This is what happens when I come over to Robyn's house. Okay. The notebook comes out and she's like, so I have been, and she spreads her fingers across it. You won't believe what I have found in here. And it's so hilarious. And her eyes get really big. And she's like, it's amazing. And it's so cool because I'm like, oh my gosh, tell me, what'd you pick up? Bring it. She's like, oh my gosh. So I hope today will be very exciting. I'm excited because I have no idea what she's going to say.
Yeah. That's so funny that you said that, but that is true. That is what happens. I'm like, you won't believe what I read.
She has become even sleep deprived at some point because she has stayed up reading this amazing text.
There was a company called Life Science Publishing, and they publish a lot of books by Gary Young. And through the years, there's been a lot of censorship in publishing and rules about what you can say and not say. So through the years, I bought a lot of books to make sure that I could have the words that were written and not diluted. And one of the books I bought was like this original desk reference. And you guys might have the amazing desk reference that existed.
We call it the EODR.
Yeah, and I bought one for Julie for her birthday for animals. But anyway, this is the special second edition, private collection. It's hardbound. And so I started rereading this, and I stayed up until what happened?
It was like 2 o'clock? 2 in the morning. Yeah.
2 in the morning.
Yep.
reading this thing.
Yes.
It was so good. It was really, really good. And so I was telling Julie, it was riveting. I could not put it down.
It's so super cool. So I'm excited that we get to dive into what you are learning and everything. And it's so funny because you'll realize through some of these, there'll be a stat that Robyn and I in classes always laugh about because it's like, is it 23%, 25%? Is it 28%? You'll find out. The real percentage is 28, and Robyn's right because, yeah.
It was 28, exactly. Okay, so we're going to start from last July, but we're not going to date it. I'm just going to say interesting things.
Yeah.
So Julie and I got to see one of our favorite people, Dr. Perkis.
Love him.
He's so cool.
I know, he's so amazing.
He is a psychologist or psychiatrist.
He's a doctor of something.
The hell. The doctor is psychiatrist. If he's a doctor.
Well, psychiatrists prescribe medicines and
right.
psychologists don't.
Right.
But they're both doctors. Doctor of psychology?
Yeah, but that's like a PhD versus an MD.
Oh, yeah.
I think he is the MD.
Really?
I don't know. We need to look that up. It doesn't matter. We just spent a minute about talking about that. It's so dumb. Okay.
I'm so curious now. Okay.
The degree is not dumb. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I just meant his title is inconsequential for the conversation. Anywho,
but it is interesting. And
it is interesting.
Okay.
And you're going to look it up after.
Okay, I will.
Usually, she'll ask her phone, what is the lexical definition of microbe?
Yes. It's very important. I can't wait till we get to that fact. Wait, can we just fast forward to the microbe?
Do you want to
fact?
start with that?
Yes.
Well, I just started talking about Dr. Perkis. Okay. We'll do it after. I'll do it after the Dr. Perkis part.
Sounds good.
Okay. Anyway, so we saw Dr. Perkis speak, and he was so cool, and he was showing us the aroma. He created the aroma freedom technique, and what that does is help clear out your emotional charge of a situation as you're going through it. And he had us go through it, and so you're feeling something. You think of an image, then a feeling, then your body, and a thought, and it's a 4-step process, and it's a way to down regulate your emotions. And I just think it's a fabulous tool because our kids, they're so dysregulated, and actually most adults.
Correct.
And so we want to do this mental health event in October, hopefully. And this is a technique that I feel like is so important. We just need to give people tools. That's right. The emotion code is a way to get that vibrational energy out of your body that's blocking the healing. This is a way to process emotions while you're experiencing them. We just need to keep giving people tools to address the root cause of the issue. I feel like a lot of people are covering up their mental health issues. Yep. You know, the cause is maybe they have a really really poor gut health, and that's where 80% of our serotonin is created in our gut. They're eating ultra processed food. So how can people actually think properly when their gut is a mess? And most people are like, whatever, that's so dumb. No, that actually is true. When you work on the gut, your mental health improves.
All right. It's a whole gut brain connection.
I know. Okay, so that's one. So Julie wants us to skip to something I was reading last night. About the microbes. So in 1985, Dr. Jean Lapraz said that there's no known microbes that can survive in the presence of cinnamon essential oil or oregano essential oil.
Love that. So then I was like, well, what's a microbe? Let's just look that up.
She looked at it. She and Siri. They're like,
well, I want to know the lexical definition. So basically, we identified 5 different.
Yeah, but you can tell.
Okay.
Can you read
it? Bacteria, virus, archaea, fungi, and protease.
I don't even know what some of these are. We have to still look them up.
They're all in the kingdoms. Like if you look at the different kingdoms, like a mammal, and all these are in there, and it's so cool. That was how I knew.
Okay, so that is super interesting. Like, we can't really, claim things, but you can go on YouTube, which you might be watching us on YouTube. There are awesome videos about thieves and mold. Mm-hmm. Those are fascinating.
Yep. And cinnamon is in thieves.
Right?
Yep.
Thank you for... And oregano. A lot of people have heard about oregano working.
Yeah.
But there is a difference between oregano essential oil and oil of oregano. Mm-hmm. Usually, oil of oregano is diluted either with olive oil or some kind of carrier. Mm-hmm. Oregano essential oil is pure oregano. And imagine like how much oregano has to be created to put into one drop. It's strong.
It's so strong.
But I use it every day on Jonathan because I give him a raindrop every day.
I love that.
Oregano. Smell like a pizza.
Cool. That's right. And we're talking about Young Living essential oils. We're not talking about an oregano that you would pick up in the food section of Publix.
Correct.
Or Walmart.
Right. And it's very important. The essential oil quality is very important. I feel even more adamant about it, understanding how Young Living does it. Gary Young always says, know your soil. Mm-hmm. Because that affects the pH of your plant. Yep. And also the nutrients in the plant.
Yep.
But just to go to a big box store and buy an oil is really a disservice to you because they can claim that something is pure and it could be pure, but then maybe they add something to it or they distilled it at the wrong percentage of plant life or there's so many things that go into a pure essential oil.
That's right. Did we talk about when we went and saw the scientists? We talked about it in some video.
No.
When we went to take the test, so they had this test so we could see if our nose could identify the synthetic, the tampered with, and what was the oil?
Clove.
Or the real one. And we both got it right. That was like so exciting.
Yay! So what Julie's talking about, so you podcasters, if you don't follow us on Facebook, we went to the Young Living Convention and it was a research and development person. I actually posted the video of her.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think
right.
It was on my personal page though. It wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to maybe I did on our business page. Anyway,
okay.
I'll look. And she was explaining how they did this. Mm-hmm. It was very cool. So they test even like there's the farms we own, there's the farms that we partner with. Mm-hmm. They test everything and she was showing us how easy it is to make the oil go bump up in property and not be real.
Right. And that they have a special scan machine, some spectrometer, gas spectrum, I don't know the technical names, but anyway, that this particular one actually could identify one of the like foreign things that was put in there, because if you just looked at a regular GC, it showed normal, like
it spiked at the right time. And what she was saying was clove flower bud is much more expensive than clove leaf. And so people could get away with using the leaf, but it doesn't have the same properties as the bud. Or something like that.
Gotcha.
Well, the other section had all of the devices they test with. Yeah. One was gas chromatographer, one was a liquid one was called the ICP, and there was a fourth one. Mm-hmm. And I walked through with a microbiologist, and he showed me all the intense testing for heavy metals, all kinds of things. Every Young Living product is tested.
I love it.
So cool.
Okay. Just wanted to clear that up. We're talking about oils.
We should do another video about the convention. I mean, we did that. We should do that. All right, back to this subject. So Julie and I did a raindrop class. Explain what raindrop is.
So raindrop technique is something that was developed by Gary Young, our founder, and basically incorporates a series of oils that you would do along the spine, or a lot of people do them on the spine, on the foot. And basically it is so powerful. It's absolutely amazing. You give one to Jonathan every night.
I do. I don't do the fancy finger work because there's a very precise feathering and
It takes a while.
It does. I just get the oils on his spine.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Every day.
Yeah, and the coolest thing about that class when we took it is that we measured ourselves before the raindrop and then after.
Like our height. We measured our height.
And some people like as much as an inch.
Grew.
An inch taller. It's so crazy. So a lot of the oils that are incorporated in there are really, really strong. But one of them is Valor's, which is like the Cairo in a bottle.
Did you say this was created for scoliosis?
Oh, yeah, I think so. That's right.
He created it to help his friend with scoliosis.
That's
but it
right.
has other healing properties,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes.
But that was the original intent.
So, yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
all I got on raindrop. So do you want to...
If you're interested in the raindrop, there are practitioners all over the world who do raindrop.
Mm-hmm.
Julie and I are not certified in that. We do know somebody local that Carrie, who was on our podcast a few episodes ago, she is certified in it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go to care.com or org? I don't know.
I think it's an org.
Probably. CARE is like a national organization.
Yeah. Yeah, I think their website is different. But you can still get the kit. They have a raindrop kit
At Young Living.
at Young Living. And you can definitely get the oils and put them on and order and do all that kind of stuff.
Yep. And can you just put in the show notes that
yeah.
how to find a practitioner.
Yes.
And if you're a massage therapist,
I'll find that
you can
out.
get continuing ed credits.
Can you write that down for me?
Where's
'Cause
that pen that you put on the table that I thought was mine?
Well, but I don't have a piece of paper, and I normally put the notes in my phone, and we're using my phone.
Okay.
Julie's to do. Thank you.
Show notes.
Show notes, care and raindrop kit.
If you don't currently oil with us, please contact us and we'll get you set up for that because it's amazing.
Correct.
There's a lot of things that I probably can't say that are in my notes. So that's very hard.
That's why you got to come to some of our classes because we learn so much from the people that attend the classes and the stories that are told. So our next class, actually, all of them can be Zoomed.
We only have two in August just because of school.
Yes.
So one is
what is muscle testing? Okay. What is muscle testing?
And the other one is solving everyday issues.
And what are the dates for those?
No.
Don't know.
Why do you have to ask me this?
It's all right. I can put it in the show notes.
But
add it to my list.
Okay, but now
But it's super cool that you can be anywhere and you can get plugged in via Zoom and attend our classes, which is super cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I was texting people this morning.
Yay.
August 15th is what is muscle testing.
Okay, this is in 2023, so in case you're listening to this podcast 2 years from now, this is 2023.
Yes, and solving everyday issues natural is August 23rd.
Sweet.
So you can contact us if you want to come.
Yeah, I'll put that in the show notes, how to contact us.
Excellent.
Just add that there. Thank you for being my scribe. I appreciate it.
How to do things better during our... So a couple highlights about oils. Aroma C's is great for leg cramping.
Should have had that last night.
I know. And also, I used it when I got my fillings taken out. You know, my mercury
I'm
fillings.
going to do that tomorrow.
I put... Okay.
Okay.
I told you to do this.
Yes.
You're going to put...
Aroma C's
And
Panaway,
Valor.
and Valor.
And Panaway.
Okay.
All three.
Tonight, starting tonight, right? Preemptively?
You can. Or just
Okay.
tomorrow. Definitely Valor starting tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. So, yeah, those mercury fillings, for those of you that are really trying to heal for some stuff, sometimes the heavy metals that are inside of our bodies can cause some issues.
I can quantum you. Call me in the morning and I can quantum you.
Okay.
Too.
That sounds great.
We should do that.
And I will go to the gynecologist like 50 times before I want to go to the dentist.
What?
Like, yes, I hate the dentist. I don't know what it is, but it's bad.
There's so many really cool tips in here. So peppermint drives oils deeper.
Oh, yes.
And so does Valor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Valor.
Really?
Well, no, Valor you put on first, so it helps all the other oils get absorbed.
Oh,
right?
Gotcha. Sweet.
And oregano and thyme, you have to be careful with kids.
Okay, so maybe on the feet?
Yes, or diluted, or you want to look. There's charts out there that you can look at.
Okay.
So anyway, that's pretty cool. We love the raindrop. It's very relaxing.
Yes.
You should get one from Carrie.
Oh, yeah, I should.
You should do that. It's really nice. Okay, so essential oils.
And Carrie, in case you're wondering, well, who's Carrie? We actually interviewed her on the podcast. Do you know what episode?
2 episodes ago.
2 episodes ago. And so if you want to learn more about Carrie and who she is and how she's involved with care and all that, watch that podcast.
Yeah. So essential oils improve memory by stimulating an opening of our emotional blocks. Inhaling peppermint increases the mental accuracy by 28%. This is the number that Julie always fights me about. She always says it's 24. It's not, Julie. So we're talking about, our kids and a good environment for studying or test taking. Peppermint is a really great go-to.
It is.
And there's a lot of research. So this is super interesting. So the right part of the brain is artistic and creative, and the left is logical, rational, and judgmental. So essential oils heighten the right brain activity and increase the left brain integration.
Oh, that's so cool.
I've never posted that because I didn't know how to word it.
I love that.
Isn't that cool?
That's so cool. I'm going to have a little snack. These are Kid Sense probiotic. While she's talking, it's like a pixie stick. Okay, go ahead.
It also has prebiotic in there. Okay. Oh, do you have any Super C chewables at your house? Because I ran out.
Yeah, I do.
I need them.
Sorry, excuse me. The the Winter Park warehouse ran out a Super C chewable. We need to write this down. This has never ever in history ever happened.
I hoard supplements.
Just a little bit.
And oils.
Wow. Okay. I think I might be able to
Jonathan needs
help
them.
you.
And his body does not want the regular.
Okay.
I need tablets.
Okay.
Okay, I can't say any of this. Sorry.
We're so sorry.
So actually this is kind of interesting because you might be shocked that I'm going to say this. So like sometimes I watch videos of medical doctors and I'm not against I'm not, there is a time and a place.
Absolutely.
Emergency medicine is definitely important. There are things like if you let them go too long, you have to use those interventions because the natural ones won't work. Mm-hmm. But definitely functional doctors, they know a lot. I mean, every doctor knows a lot. It's just what, I'm into addressing the root cause of an issue. And just the traditional system doesn't always look at that. They just are fixing the symptom.
Right.
And so the solution doesn't fix the issue. So sometimes when people get surgery, they get an organ taken out, it's not fixing the problem. Like, yeah, it fixes the symptom, but what caused that imbalance? What made your gallbladder do that? There's something in your body that happened.
And aren't people curious? This is what totally shocks me and blows my mind, that people aren't genuinely curious about why something is happening. Like, I just can't imagine being like, someone telling me, this is your issue, we're just going to slap a Band-Aid on it and be like, oh, great, because do they think it's going to just go away?
No, but Julie, that's just not the paradigm. So, that's not how we were brought up. We're not brought up to ask why this is happening.
That's true.
We're brought up to somebody tells us this is the problem.
Right.
It's kind of like, I don't want to say victim, but it's like a victim or passive mentality instead of saying like, oh, I can actually change this by my lifestyle, usually, right? It's really a paradigm shift. So that's why people are like that. They're just still in that old paradigm. Right. Because if you asked yourself 20 years ago, you probably would have been the same too.
That's true.
So anywho, what I was going to say was I do watch some videos of medical doctors. I do like Dr. Purser.
He's awesome.
Funny. But this one, since we're going in my notes in order, I was watching a video of Dr. Cartzenall. Mm-hmm. He is a medical pediatrician who co-wrote the book with Jenny McCarthy, the one that started my whole story. It's a really good book. If you catch our autism class about supporting special needs naturally.
Oh, that's right.
We talk about that book. That book changed me. It gave me help and direction of what to do.
Love it.
Because I had never really given Jenny McCarthy any thought. Mm-hmm. And one day I just was at the point where I needed help. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that book, you can see all my notes, all my questions. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I was watching this one about allergies, and he was saying that even general pediatrics have a hard time with focus and concentrating during allergy season. And I was thinking, yeah, that totally makes sense. Mm-hmm. So kids who are even more compromised, we really need to try to help them heal, because how are they going to focus?
Right.
That made a lot of sense to me. And you talked about IgE and all kinds of sciencey things, but that was basically the biggest thing that I wanted to report there.
I love it.
I know. Also in here is stuff about the business, so we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
But if you need extra money, Young Living is a great way to add to your income.
Yeah. It's a good gig. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're interested in that, please contact us. Okay. Oh, this is so good. So research shows time reverses or slows the aging process.
Wait, say that again?
Research shows that time, essential oil.
Oh, time. I'm thinking TIME. And I'm like...
reverses or slows the aging process by acting as powerful antioxidants.
Is that in longevity? Is that when the oils in longevity?
I don't know. That would be interesting.
Let's look it up.
Okay. So...
Because we actually Young Living actually did clinical studies on longevity, so we can make the claims that it helps support women, their energy and sleep, right? We might have to.
It is in it.
Nice. So cool. So longevity is an oil blend. Okay.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I just don't know what I'm allowed to say. The reason that I'm saying that is because Young Living is FDA compliant, so
yes,
can't say that things fix things. And this is our podcast. This is not a Young Living podcast. Mm-mm. So I just don't know where the line is, really. Just being transparent. I have no idea.
Right.
Brain health can be improved by protecting fats like DHA from free radicals attack. Diets high in antioxidants can combat the radical damage associated with premature aging and degenerative diseases.
Love it.
A lot of people, the degenerative diseases, like all disease, a lot of times it starts with a micronutrient deficiency.
Right.
And there's so many people struggling right now with a lot of these issues. Mm-hmm. And when it gets too far, you can't always solve for it naturally. But in the beginning, you can get a test.
That's right.
And you could do muscle testing with me and Julie.
Yep.
Or you could go to a functional doctor if you need to get that blood work. Some people need the data.
Yeah.
And you can see where you are deficient. Mm-hmm. So
I love it. Who was it? It was Dr. Poland that said every disease can be traced back to a deficiency in a nutrient.
Yeah. So one theory of what causes aging, it caused by cumulative oxidative stress to the cell walls and DNA. And this kind of geeks out on people, so I won't talk about that. But you would be very, very excited. We'll go back to there.
Okay. Thank you.
Also, did you know that growth hormone is created in your brain? Like if you need
pituitary?
I think it's pituitary. Mm-hmm. I just put the page number there, but I think it's the pituitary. Yeah. So if you have a growth hormone issue,
right,
you need to work on supporting your brain. And that's why I like muscle testing, because you're not guessing, and you ask the body what it needs.
Yes.
And the body tells you. It's not diagnosing or treating.
Yeah.
It's just saying, hey, my brain needs extra support.
Yep.
It could be heavy metals. It could be chemicals. It could be all kinds of stuff. Oh, glyphosate weakens cartilage.
And for those of you that don't know what glyphosate is, it is a chemical that was developed by Monsanto, right?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know who it was created by, but that sounds good.
Okay. We would like to look that up because I don't want to...
Well, Monsanto is the one who created Roundup.
Yeah. Which uses... So I guess glyphosate is just a... Can you look that up
It's
on
a
your
chemical.
phone?
This is... What's the lexical definition? Okay, fine. Go ahead, keep talking.
So a lot of people don't know that this is kind of a chemical that is everywhere
Not
now.
kind of. It is everywhere.
It is everywhere. And for those that have read up on it, totally understand this, how invasive it has been, even in the organic world. It's very sad. But they actually did studies on different grains in the United States that have high levels of glyphosate, and even General Mills, like Cheerios is one of the ones that had a higher percentage of glyphosate than was approved, than is allowed by the FDA. So there are so many things out there that we don't even think of that is in our food.
Well, all the wheat is sprayed.
Yeah, basically all the grains.
I mean, even organic food it's just better. It's not like 100% because there's wind and blah, blah.
Right.
And the poor farmers have to pay so much extra money to be organic.
Right.
And they really have to put up with a lot. And it's crazy. So according to Wikipedia, I don't know how correct this is, Monsanto developed and patented the glyphosate molecule in the 70s.
Okay.
And marketed it as Roundup in 1973.
Okay. So they supposedly are getting Roundup off of the shelves, but that seems to be like
just consumer, not commercial.
Right.
Which is tragic.
It's so crazy. Like, are you serious? Like, if we have indeed, and it has been proven that is a carcinogenic chemical, it's proven, then why in the world would we be like, oh, we'll still use it commercially, but not individually? It's like, what?
So if some of you are gluten-free and you can eat fine in Europe, it's because their crops don't have as much glyphosate or zero glyphosate. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of chemicals that are illegal in Europe that we allow.
Right. And all the places around the world that they have given the Roundup Ready seed to, it just absolutely kills me because they're having people with issues that are touching, the different crops and everything are having, serious issues. So anyway, if you don't know about glyphosate, you should know.
I think that my notebook is going to be 4 videos.
Okay.
There's a lot of information.
This is part 1.
So the liver, and I actually did a post on this when I was rereading it.
Okay.
The liver is one of our most important organs, responsible for removing and neutralizing toxins and germs from the blood, promoting digestion, maintaining hormone balance, regulating sugar levels, and making proteins that regulate blood clotting.
Wow. It does all of that.
Plus converts carbs to energy, stores energy in the form of glycogen and fats. And also our negative emotions are stored there, right?
Like anger?
Anger is a big one in the liver.
So it's so crazy. So if your liver is compromised, that's a pretty important organ to figure out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still working on my liver, and that's why I can't eat nightshades or nuts. Yeah. So like when you have food allergies or sensitivities, it's because your body is overloaded with the toxins that it's dealing with, and so then you start not being able to eat things. But as you heal your body, then you can add it back in if you're healing it. Okay, so this is interesting. When you have when you have a tick, not a nervous tick, like some people have ticks. Do you know? Not tick as in a flea.
Right.
Okay.
Just a...
that means your nervous system needs support.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people have that.
Yeah.
Especially lately.
Mm-hmm.
And also some medicines, some medications decreased testosterone.
Wow.
So look at if you are on a medication, just look at the side effects. You can go to drugs.com and look at the side effects.
Yeah.
And you can decide if it's worth the side effect. Because that, I mean, we're at an all-time low testosterone level, right? People have very low testosterone. I thought that was very interesting. Oh, lots of stuff from Dr. Dean. Okay. Sulfurzyme. Talk about sulfurzyme for a second.
So it has natural occurring MSM in it, and which is sulfur is just something that we used to get a lot, like through our water, but not a lot anymore. So and as you age, that drops off. So we definitely need that in our system, and it's think hair, skin, nails, joints. It's awesome.
Yep. So if you have weaker, brittle nails, unhealthy hair, joints are painful, it's a dietary sulfur. It's not the same as sulfa. So if you have an allergy to sulfa medication, it's not the same.
Right.
And I know this. I've checked out with a pharmacist. My mom's allergic to sulfa, and she takes sulfurzyme. There's 2 forms of it. So it can help with inflammatory arthritic symptoms, healthier skin like wrinkles, fight against aging, stretch marks, sunburn. Helps
sunburn. That's interesting. All right.
Also sunburn, extra C, flaxseed oil, lots of lavender. I love the lavender product that Young Living has.
Use that all weekend on vacation.
You can use that, but also you can take lavender with peppermint in a carrier, put that on too.
I love that.
But extra C, and the flaxseed oil too, like all those together.
Okay, sweet.
Yep. Eases menstrual cycle pain.
Wow.
Helps treat inflammation.
Sweet.
Studies have shown improvement in Crohn's and colitis with the sulfurzyme.
Wow. That is amazing.
And helps your immune system.
I think it tastes so good. I love it.
The powder does taste good.
The powder did.
In fact, that's what I'm drinking. I'm not drinking alcohol today. So if you are watching on YouTube, sometimes when I finish the Ninja Red bottle, I leave 2 or 3 ounces of the Ninja in here. And then I put a teaspoon of sulfurzyme, 3 drops of lime, and then fill it with water. So that's what I'm having right now.
Yep. And that's the red drink from Dr. Minky. So he's the one who invented that, and we love it.
Oh,
so
if you need help sleeping through the night, Cypress can help.
Oh, yes. Cypress. That's what I should give in to Casey. Okay.
I love Cypress, too, because of circulation.
Good. Yeah.
But also grief. So if you do not use oils, every oil has a bazillion jobs. There's so many properties in each oil that can do so many things.
Right.
So it's very fascinating.
It's amazing. Cypress is really great to get tons of oxygen and circulation to certain points in your body. So just wanting to throw that in there.
So some of this is notes from you and me, and some of it's the beginning of my book.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Robyn's going to write a book. So...
Julie's been begging me to write a book for years. Like years.
I can't wait to read it.
Well, I have only written, we got stuck creating a business. This is all business stuff, so I'm going to go through it.
Okay.
I'm going to go through this. Oh, look, podcast 2, using essential oils on a budget. Go back and watch that.
It kills me. Listen, can we just get this out of the way, because I think people have the health model a little bit backwards. You are going to put out the dollars regardless. It's either going to be beforehand, it's going to be after. The dollars are going to go out. The time that you spend on your health, it's going to be out there. Okay, so why not spend it on being well and feeling awesome every day versus afterwards when you're so sick and then you can't enjoy anything and you've already gone through all the stuff and then you still have to spend the money and the time. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So
yeah, anyway, I think she's saying that because some people say that they don't want to do natural things because it's too expensive.
Yeah, Does make sense. Okay.
All right. So also cypress strengthens blood capillary walls, improves circulatory system, metabolism, helps your cells. I thought I was going to say communist, but that does not say that.
Can I say hemorrhoids? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I?
Why not?
I don't know. I didn't know if those were, but anyway.
I don't care
Cypress
about that.
for hemorrhoids. Just letting you know. Okay.
Do you put a carrier oil with it?
Yeah.
And you just
Yep. Gone. Like in
a second?
Yeah. I mean, it takes some time for the
Oh,
inflammation
look,
to go down.
12/9, the day we created a podcast.
What? You have the date?
I wrote it.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
I know. Our podcast topics.
Oh,
I have a
sweet. We
list.
probably need to revisit that.
I know.
Okay,
I
good.
need like post-its on these pages. This is my book, How It All Started.
Yay! The beginnings of the book. Ooh, there's a lot, just so you guys know.
It's just like the beginning.
That's
Let's
good.
See?
Super good. And it's all multicolored. There's blue and purple and pink.
Different colors for different days.
I love it.
It has to be a gel pen.
That's right.
It has coaching
That's
stuff from
so great.
Facebook for our ads.
Holy guacamole. Oh, then we move into purple. Black, purple, blue.
Yeah,
Purple.
I know, right?
It reminds me of those pens. Remember when we were young and they have the different
I
colors
know.
on a single pen?
But I would not like that because it's not
But-
gel.
Oh, right.
But I
True.
did like it then.
But my daughter brought home one, and they are El Cheapo now. Like, maybe that was the one, but you need to get, like, the...
That was the Mac Daddy for
It
the
was.
80s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, May 7th. This is when we came up with the Living Tree and natural solutions for people and pets.
Yay!
That's our new business. And Julie made a really nice logo.
I love
Check it out at www.thelivingtree.com.
Yes.
I know it's weird because there's two T's.
Um...
Do we want to wrap it up?
Well, I don't know. We're at 38 minutes, so we need to... Plus, we had like 10 before. So we're almost like at 45 minutes.
That says 36, so it's 38 total.
Oh, we only had 2 minutes before?
I don't know.
Before we... Okay. Anyway.
Okay, emotion code.
Oh, yeah, emotion code. Oh, my gosh, there's so much
You know
to talk
what?
about
Did
in
we
here.
already have... We should have a podcast just on emotion code.
We should.
Let's
We
do
don't
that.
have one for that?
I don't...
Yeah, we need to do that.
I think we should...
That is so
I have
important.
a lot.
Okay.
I have a lot
So we need to write that down on
about
the
that.
list.
Okay, well, I need to say something else that's interesting.
Okay. We need to get one more thing.
Okay, I'll skip to the back.
Okay. Some most
Chakras. Oh, I created this chakra class. That was so fun.
Aww.
I did that at Dr. Palmer's. Oh my gosh. So there's 7 different chakras, and each chakra relates to a specific organ, as well as emotional, psychological, and spiritual states. So some people are worried about it. They feel like
Yeah,
it's new agey,
yeah.
but it's actually created. I feel like God created our bodies. God created our energy. God created our energy flow. These are all godly things. I don't
Right.
feel like they're new agey. I think that they're using what God created.
Yes.
That's just
100%. I agree.
Okay.
I'm glad you said that because I think people do when they hear that word. They're like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
The chakra system teaches us that the energy flows along our spines and shows us the powerful connection between our mind and body,
Sweet.
and what an important role our mind plays in our physical health. Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
Like a lot of times my throat chakra is messed up because I'm not saying my piece, you know.
Yep.
That would be an interesting podcast too, just the chakras we could talk about.
I agree. 100%.
All right.
I'm stressed.
Okay, Jonathan, we're on the
I'm
podcast.
going to do my chakras.
All right, so we probably should just wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's
So-
wrap it up.
If you like our podcast, share with somebody
Yes.
or like it. Can they like it?
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't-
Subscribe.
Yeah, you can
Mommy,
like.
Mommy,
All right.
yourself is supposed to
All
come.
right.
Yep.
Have a great day.
All right. Bye. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe. And if you want to support our show, give us a 5-star rating.
To learn more about our practice, visit thelivingtree.com.